Hi folks, welcome to the Wandering Woods, a YouTube channel dedicated to my hobbies of all things camping, hiking and a little bit of photography. So we're going to start off our very first video doing a MRE, a meal ready to eat, and I think it's only fitting that this is a military grade MRE. As you can see here, it's a US one, the Department of Defense's, and US government property commercial resale is unlawful. Okay, well, I'm not a soldier. I bought this, but look, listen, we'll kick on, and I'll show you what's inside. So this MRE is from 2018. I've been told that it's got a shelf life of 4 years. So what, 2022? Any MRE experts watching this, let me know if that's true. So first off the bat, it's really hard to open at the top. Again, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but it's not as easy as it says. So we'll just cut that open. Yeah, so straight away you can smell some of the food in here. Okay, so here we have a load of extras. We have ionized salt, matches, chewing gum. I'll open these later. We have a beef snack strip. Tasty. And that is a ration heater. So we put our main in there, we add water, and then it heats up. So that's one of the mains. As you can see there, it's beef ravioli. And what's the date there? Estimated, yeah, 2018. We have cheese spread. Let's see what that's like. Seems to be more of an American thing, but check that out on one of the sides. You have a military grade spoon. I thought that would be a spork, but it doesn't look to be. This is a holder for your beef ravioli, so for your main. All the American ones have these. I've been watching other videos, and you put it in there, and then you put it in the ration heater. It's basically a holder. Wheat snack bread. Okay, so I reckon that'll go nicely with the cheese bread. It feels fairly hard, just in relation to smell. No, you can't really smell anything through the pack. But yeah, we'll give it a go. You'd expect it to be hard though, and it's not going to be fresh bakery bread. We wouldn't have that in an MRE. And what do we have here? Chocolate banana nut muffin. Okay, so I think that's kind of like our dessert, and it's made by Sterling Foods. Again, this company is based in Cincinnati in America. We're not done yet. Okay, so we have a beverage paste powder tropical punch. So natural and artificial colors. So directions for use: add half a cup, canteen cup, 12 ounces of water, and stir. Okay, so I think that's just adding a little bit of flavor, so we're not constantly drinking water. Anything else? So that's a beverage holder. So this would come in handy if you're out camping and you don't have a cup or anything. You can throw your tropical powder in there and add your water. I think that's us. Yep, that's us. So let me set this up. This obviously isn't a 24-hour MRE. You can get them. But this is just one meal, and then we'll see what the total calorie content is when I've added it up. So when you're using these heaters, this is the heater inside. Be very careful because it's hydrogen, and enough of them can take oxygen out of the air. But you get your main, you get your heater, you put them in your bag. Put it roughly halfway down and hold it, And then you have this do not overfill. I can't stress this enough, you only need a little bit. And then what you'll do is you'll pour the water in, roughly to here, and then you'll give it a little shake, and then put this on outside it, so you have it to hold it, and then give it around 10 or 15 minutes to heat up. So that's now heating up. I can actually feel it, it's very hot. I don't know if my microphone's good enough to pick up the sizzling, but 1 second. Yeah, that's getting very hot. So we'll leave that for 10 or 15 minutes and we'll go over the other foods. So I'm just going to begin with this wheat snack bread, and I'm going to use the cheese sauce with that. It's not looking great, but I'll tell you what, if you're hungry in the middle of the forest, you won't really care. It smells kind of artificial, as you'd expect. It's literally just broken in half on me, just when I put it to my nose. But look, we'll try it. We've got our cheese spread. Just open this up. Again, this is kind of like the original packaging of the. Very hard to open. Ah, here we go. Well, okay, yeah. So you can see how orange that is. Again, I'm sure this is just preservatives to keep the shelf life, but let's give it a go. My God, that colour. It almost looks like Play-Doh. That's what it reminds me of. It smells lovely. And they give a serious amount of it. My God, they'll have loads left over, so I didn't actually expect that much. Okay, let's give it a go. The bread, it's strange. It almost tastes like do you know when you leave a muffin out and it's still savoury, but it's slightly stale? That's what it tastes like. The cheese is lovely. Now I can't think of the amount of preservatives that's probably in it, but it's really, really tasty. It's the best way to explain it is, if you've ever tasted Philadelphia, if they released a really strong red cheddar version of it, that's what it would taste like. Oh yeah, I could eat that all day. No issue with that snack. I might actually save some of this. I know it sounds rotten, but I might try it with the beef snack strips. The cheese, there's loads left anyway. I'd never be able to finish it on the bread. Actually, if you tried that, it would probably become a little bit overpowering. The bread to cheese ratio would be all over the place. So that's one down. While I'm finishing this, I'm going to open the beef snacks with it. Sorry, what are they called? Beef snack strips. Oh, by the way, in the mains holder, it actually tells you that the whole package has 18 to 1900 calories. Each menu varies. So, if you're out and about hiking constantly, you'd probably need 2 of them for a day. Okay, that was much easier to open, the beef straps. Maybe it was just me, maybe it's just my first time out. Okay, my God, that is solid. I'd be worried even trying to digest that. Okay, you smell it. Oh, it smells really strange. It's kind of like if you got a barbecue and you mixed it with a chemical. You initially get a really strong beef smell. It smells lovely, and then just when you pull away, you're kind of like, oh no, there is something strange still there. So let me take a bite of it now. Okay, it's extremely chewy. That's pretty awful. I'd be annoyed now. I'd rather cook on a campfire than eat that. That's pretty rough. And if you're in the middle of a war and that was a snack, I think that would soon piss you off. You can actually see the bits of fat in it. Let's see, now go. No, that's almost inedible. I think I might throw that to my dogs. That's pretty rough now. So that's 2 down. We've opened the bread and the cheese, and we've the beef snap. The cheese, I'm constantly going back to this. The bread's not that bad, and it doesn't have any kind of taste. It's almost like a soft, chewy cracker. But the cheese is lovely. But no, the beef, my god, that's pretty boring. I'm gonna try the dessert, and then which is the chocolate and banana nut muffin top, and I'm gonna leave the beverage-based powdered tropical punch, and I'm gonna have that with my main, which is still heating up. Do not eat. Okay, that's obviously the start of the area there. Oh, that smells lovely now. The packaging, and so does the actual thing. So that's really soft. Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. I was a wee bit worried because I don't really like banana. It does slightly taste of it, but you'd be able to work around it. Yeah, that's lovely. Like if you got that as a side in a franchise, actually that would be lovely with a little bit of cream. I know you're obviously not going to get that in the middle of a fucking forest, but yeah, no, that's a really tasty treat. Excuse me, I'm still chewing away. Okay, so just to summarise, we're now down to only the main and our drink. So there's the empty packaging. Off camera, I'm definitely going to finish the bread and cheese, definitely the dessert, but that's terrible. Okay, so just a tip, if you're new to these things like myself, just be careful when you're opening that green package. I ripped it too much down, and because of that it leaks water. None of the other guys who review these, they never let that happen, so hopefully I get better at it. It's really hot now, so I'm going to open that and I'm going to pour it out. Okay, so the first thing I can tell you about this is, again, because I'm an amateur, I don't think I gave it a good enough shake, because it's really hot down this end, but it's just lukewarm here. So although you're only meant to put in a little bit of water, make sure you have good placement of it. Sorry, it's still wet. Get the knife. Just a second. Okay. Okay. So if you just look at it, it kind of reminds me of just if you went into a supermarket and you got a ready-made meal, and it's the same thing. It looks the same thing. The initial smell, it smells lovely. It smells like ravioli, which I love, and the meat sauce. It looks like there's mince in it, but I'm sure we'll have a look. Get a fork. Yeah, it's, as I said, I fecked it up, and the first one was really hot and the second one was really cold. So just make sure when you're heating up you do it properly. It does taste like ravioli. It tastes like really poor ravioli. The meat sauce, it's nice. I definitely wouldn't be disappointed with it. Yeah, it's exactly like you get in your supermarket. It's almost like the pot noodle version of ravioli. You just get much more of it. So that in itself is the whole emery. Apart from the tropical beverage, which I'll open in a minute. But you have your two snacks, you have your dessert, and you have your main, the beef ravioli. No, yeah, I'd probably for a main, it's definitely, you wouldn't notice it if you were starving. But nowhere near the standards of home cooking, obviously. The best part of the emery so far, haven't tasted the drink obviously, was definitely the dessert. This was lovely. And the cheese spread, that was class. So, off camera, I'm finishing the whole thing except this. Thanks for joining in. The next review hopefully will be on a small med kit that I got for €14.
I can't even rip it for you. There you go. What do you think? I wasn't too impressed.